Welcome back. Hope you had a good holiday. I did so much so that I was scrolling on TikTok and forgot I had a show. So I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. I hope you had a good holiday. I have our co host introduce herself, and then we will start with the end of 2024 shenanigans. Y'all ready for the rest of this ride? I'm not. Go ahead, co host.
Happy Tuesday, everybody. Hope everybody's doing good. I almost forgot what day of the week it was.
Right? That was me yesterday. Child, I had aqua therapy in the morning that I missed. Then I was sitting there like, what? It's November. What? And I looked down, I was like, oh my God, my rent. Thank God I could zeal it over. Because, baby, let me tell you what we don't do over here. Pay shit late. Okay. Okay. On your way in, make sure that you speak. First, I have a surprise for Rose. Something that I found that I think is so funny. And then I got questions. And I'm sure the rest of us
Oh Lord.
parents
I'm
will
like,
have questions as well. So here we go. So tonight's theme is going to be toxic women, and y'all need to stay away from them. Codependent mothers and what a healthy relationship looks like. And then y'all badass kids. Like, I think more than Walmart should be empty for some of y'all, but that's just my opinion. I digress. I'm just saying they need to get cold, but this one don't need to get cold. This one is just a question. So let's see. What's your Rose?
Lucas, tell me about your school nurse again.
Good, let me tell you. If you have a headache, you need ice. If you have a tummy ache, she will give you ice. If your arm hurt, she's gonna give you ice. I was feeling itchy after recess, so I went to my teacher said, can I go to the nose because my whole body was itching, and I went to the nose, and guess what she said? She said to drink water and then here you go, an ice pack.
oh my God.
My
That
question
is
is, it is so true. So my question is, I thought he was so stinking cute. So y'all, I don't know if I have baby fever or what it is, but my algorithm been showing so much stuff for kids, and most of it is funny, so I love it. But if it's one thing I can't stand is a badass kid. But he had me, girl, let me tell you, because in
and
case you
that
didn't know,
is
mama,
so true. And it's true because we can't give them nothing. So when they come in there, that's all I'll be like, I can give you an ice pack. I can give you some Vaseline if you itch, and I can put some Vaseline on you. It's nothing else we can do. We literally cannot do nothing else. I'll be like, do you want me to call your mom and daddy? Like, I'll give you an ice pack. I can give you, if your stomach is hurting, I'll give you some water and crackers. Let's see if that works. Other than that, well, I'm calling your parents.
so my question is, first, let me show you what some of your counterparts said. So let's look at a couple of the comments because they had me blowed. Y'all, I be waking my neighbors up. I know I do.
Girl.
So the neighbors was like, or the comments was like, what? We have a delay over here, y'all. So give me a minute so I can see. Um, the school nurse here, and I can confirm what he said is true. We aren't allowed to give these kids anything
Nothing.
else, not even lotion or chapstick, and that is true. So not like when we went to school, you guys. So my question will come in a minute, and then teacher here, 100% true. That woman be giving people ice packs for heart attacks.
No, that one I don't play with. If kids come in and say they got chest pain or anything, no, you going home. I do everything when they say that. Even though I think sometimes they be catching on to that, but I don't
Right.
play around when they be saying they got chest pain. But everything else is ice, water, and crackers.
Okay. So here's my other question. Because when we was in school, let's keep it a buck, y'all. Like in elementary, most of us either had our own little kit in our bag, like we could carry our own asthma pump. But then I remember there was a time in between there that a kid couldn't even carry the asthma pump. They had to keep it with the teacher or something like that. But now I don't think that they can actually do anything. So
You
what
can,
do parents do for their
you can.
kids?
If they have asthma, they have to get a doctor's note to be able to carry it around with them. It has
Oh,
to say that they can carry it around with them. Other than that, they have to keep it in the nurse's office. but they could get a note to be able to carry it around with them. But if they don't have a note, they can't carry it around. Even they can't have nothing without the doctor's note. And the doctor's note has I got this retainer in my mouth, so I'm sounding crazy. Have to specifically say it's for X, Y, and Z, or be like you can't use it. But they can have it on them. You just have to have doctor's orders.
Okay, so that's how that works now. So what is that the same like with an EpiPen or
Pen, everything, all that we have in the nurse's office, and all of them have doctor's orders. If kids need medication, we cannot, like, if they have
administer?
headaches and all that stuff, I can call the parent and be like, oh, your son or daughter is saying they got a headache or a toothache. You can come up here and bring them something, and we watch them, give it to them. But as far as anything else, no, you can go home. I can give you some water for your tooth because it's hurting. Like, we cannot give them anything. We can't give them
Then what is
anything.
the point of the nurse?
Girl, I said that too. I'm telling you, so I'm new to school nursing.
Right.
This is my
That's
third month.
why I thought it was so funny.
Yes, but it was funny because when I went in there and they was like, oh, you can't do this, you can't give them this. I was like, so what am I supposed to do? And they was like, it's comfort measures. And I was just like, dang, like a lot of places, a lot of schools don't even have real nurses. They have like health techs, but they're trying to get out of that because now it's a lot of kids that are diabetics. So they really have real nurses in there. And that's what, to me, that's what we're really there for, are those diabetic kids, because we have to give them their insulin. We have to count their carb intakes for their insulin. Everything is different than an adult. So I really think we're there for the diabetic children, in like if a kid has asthma or something like that. Because other than that, we can't do nothing. Even last week, this is disgusting, but still, one of the staff came in there and they was like, oh, they think one of the staff members have lice and are here. What do we do? I said, we don't do nothing with the teachers. Like, ma'am, that don't have nothing to do with us. I was like, we here for the children. And I was like, why you can't tell her? Like, they was like, well, can you call? So we got to call the district, had to call the district and see if that was in our scope of practice. And they was like, no.
It's
I was
not.
like, good. Nope, not for the teachers.
But
now,
you have why would they even think that? I mean, really?
Because it's the school nurse there. Because if something do happen to a teacher, they can't come there and we can look at them or whatever. But that I first of all, I wasn't about to go through her hair and see if she had lice, because, ma'am, you are grown.
You're grown.
I don't even be wanting to do that for the little kids. So I sure don't be wanting to do that for the adults. When the little kids come in there and the teachers be like, oh, I think they have lice, I'll be like, because I'll be itching for the rest of the day. And this is another thing they do. If they only have the nets in their hair, they can stay at school. It has to be. Yes, it has to be the living life going.
Bro, stop. Girl,
that's the life of it. That's the only.
I'm not a nurse. I don't want those kind of details.
Yeah, that's the only kind in school nursing is having to deal with lice, because little kids really get it. Big kids can get it too, and you get sick all the time because little kids be sick, and they germs be magnified. So I be having to really stay on my medicine now, but we can't do nothing. I'm telling you, I have Vaseline in there and ice packs, and I bring mints. If they throw this to her, I'll be like, here, suck on this mint, because it's not medication. And that's it. You cannot do nothing else unless they have medication and they have the orders here. You can't do nothing. I just call the parents all the time. I know they be tired of me. If they got a slight fever.
Remember they used to be able to give us, when we was in school, at least aspirin or Tylenol. It was one of them that they could give us.
No, because just think, nowadays everybody is so happy. So they could be like, oh, you gave my child this and this happened, or you put this ointment on my child and then this happened. So they don't want that responsibility, which I understand, but it still be like,
absolutely.
So I just called the parents like, oh, they doing this. If they have a slight fever, come pick up your son or daughter, and they can't come back tomorrow either.
Okay. All right then. So we all learned. I mean, hopefully you parents knew that, because let me tell you, that is very interesting that throughout the entire time of Skylar and Kiera being in school, we have never been called to pick them up because they are sick. They have never been sick, or not at school, because we pay attention before they go and all of that kind of stuff.
And
we don't
the
send
parents
them.
sending them to school sick. A lot of
Yeah,
them send them to school sick. And when I call, I'm like, you didn't see that they were sick? Like when they
you
walk
saw
in,
it.
I can look at them and tell that they were sick. So they can't come to school tomorrow either.
Because most of us wake up sick, and you could tell in your kids,
And
mostly for me,
eyes, and they
we could
eyes.
glossy eyes, or they're sluggish, or if they normally wake up happy and they just look flushed like that. Like, to me, you're supposed to do that before they even go to school, because why send them to school and then they get everybody else sick, and it makes them feel horrible sitting at school all that time. So I didn't know any of these things about a school nurse, because we've legit talked to a school nurse one time. Like, that's it. So I think that's very interesting. But I thought that was cute little boy. And she is tickled pink by her child, honey. That's funny. So, in ratchet news, Jesus. So there was this bad kid.
I already know what you're talking about, because you know I was gonna talk about that. I already know what you're talking about.
Let me show y'all this kid, because this kid would be on punishment until they turn 16. So let's take a look. Let me read the comments first.
They can come get her. They can actually come get her.
They could come get her for a long, long time. But that's trying to make the school be like a parent. Oh, absolutely. And just my opinion, absolutely. Because the problem is, we're in a space now where the government could tell you so much to do with your kids, but not provide solutions, right? So when we was in school, they even had after school programs and stuff like that. So it aligned a little bit better. You were probably at home by yourself an hour if you had an average work day. Obviously, you can't cover the full scope of every schedule. And they opened the school a little bit early, and you could be at school before to play before school started. Now schools start at 8:52 and get out at 2:21. Like, what are these parents supposed to do? So yes, they send their kids to school thinking, at least I can get a couple hours. Call me if it get real bad, and then I could come home, because they can't afford to miss work, because who's going to keep the kid? You have a certain amount of sick hours, but it's not that many if you work at not like a company like ours. We get, I think, like 2 weeks, something like that, starting out, because they're realistic, because they want your butt at work. Companies like, just think, a cashier, something like that. The government started requiring California to give 24 hours or something like that a year. That's not always enough, considering those hours.
That's not enough.
I don't think it is,
That's
especially
3
if you have a
days.
sick
That's
child.
3 days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So if you could send them to school a couple hours, then you only used a little bit of those hours. It's very unfair, but we're talking about people that got to survive sometimes. My problem be with them raggedy ass parents that be sitting at home and just not taking care of their kids. Like, why you do that to your baby? Send them to school like that. Like, that's not right. So let's take a look at Your Royal Highness and see what we think about her.
These siblings decided to run away from home, but after just 5 minutes, These siblings decided to run away. These siblings decided to run away from home, but after just 5 minutes, they came back, and now
I can't make this up. This is why I needed a break, because StreamYard, we pay to use this, and it's always messing up. So
What happened?
because it does what it wants to, and I don't understand. So sorry, guys. Here we go with the real one. Is it in here? Sweet baby Jesus. It's not in here. So let's look at the badass twins or kids or whoever they are. Shit, we'll see. Whatever happens, happens. Roll with it. Welcome to my home. Can't make this up. Really can't. Let me try this. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Y'all won't even believe this shit. I could barely see it. Let's see.
these siblings decided to run away from home, but after just 5 minutes, they came back, and now it was their mom's turn to teach them an important lesson.
We want to stay here. Yeah.
Jesus and the Billy Goat.
Like, where was y'all going anyway? Hell, I'll just let them stay out there for a while too.
First of all, I don't care where you was going. Why is that boy screaming like that? And why was he the first one to start screaming? And are you banging on my door?
That's why I said they would have stayed out there screaming as much as they want to. They could have screamed until the neighbors called, and then I would have been like, "Oh, they ran away."
You can't say that they ran away
They
because you
tried
have
to run away.
right. They tried to run away, and then if you get good police, they'll help you with the kids and tell the kids that they was wrong and all of that stuff if they want to help you. Unfortunately, not always the case. So let me show you the comments. Because of course you got those Karens that say stuff like that's child abuse. Girl, you didn't
But
see no
them running away was okay. Trying to run away.
full on backpacks, walked out the front door, and then came back. If that would let me just tell you, if that would have been me
Girl,
and you came back knocking on my door, none of that's a problem. Okay. You could run away. I ran away at like 13. I stayed away for like 30 minutes and came back and hid in the closet and ate a popsicle. I mean, I ain't mad. My biggest concern is why are you screaming like that? I don't understand. I
I guess he
don't.
thought that was gonna make the mama open the door faster.
And that's what lets you know what that mother is truly dealing with on the inside of that home for that child to
I was
behave.
just about to say they must be off the chain in regularly.
It was probably his idea that they run away.
Mm-hmm.
How you crying before the girl? But whatever. I would have opened the door like a little bit. I'd have snatched him in. Because I don't know if y'all know this or not, but the real key to parenting kids is you don't have to hit them first. You snatch them. And then when you snatch them, they be so scared that you just, brought the life of Jesus. That buys you a couple years. I don't know why y'all don't do it, but okay. Um, Somebody said, what is wrong with you child haters? They are little kids testing their boundaries. They cry because they felt scared and powerless when they thought they couldn't come back home.
Girl, they mama was gonna let them back in. Hell, they need to learn their lesson so they
Did
won't
you
do it again.
did you say you felt scared and powerless?
Right. No,
I
they
can
thought they was just gonna do what they wanted to do, and they was sadly mistaken.
I need to understand because what you're not going to do is ever have more control over my household than I have. That's never going to happen. That's first of all. And what do you mean, child haters? The little minions ran away. How do you hate the children because you think that they should be punished for what they did? And no punishment, just to be clear, no punishment has happened yet. All she did was said, who are you or something like that, and did not just open the door right away because they came. I'm not opening the door for shit. You walked away. We could talk through the door. You don't live here anymore. And you probably wouldn't be going back to your bedroom if it was me. You would be sleeping on it. You would be sleeping like a guest. You would.
It's the difference between child abuse and making them learn a lesson. Now, child abuse is that one.
Oh, the path you thought I was playing. No, I'm not playing that one. Mm-mm. That one triggered me way too much.
Yeah,
Y'all,
that's child
she'll talk
abuse.
about it on her show. Mm-mm. That is absolutely asinine. Um, The next comment that was on here was this one, and it says, let's see, yeah, that's not something you do that can actually scare a kid. Hold on, y'all. Scare a kid like really badly. That's not really funny doing that to a kid for something they do normally. I've done it before. Don't act like you haven't. Many kids say they're going to run away and come back 3 minutes later, realizing they have no money and don't know how they're going to get food. And they get over it in 5 minutes after being let them in within a minute. You don't need to traumatize your kids.
Well, you do that with your kids. I would have kept their ass right out there too, please. And you
Absolutely.
gonna learn your lesson not to do that again because you're going to feel scared that I'm not gonna let you in. Yeah, people might. I never did that because I already knew I was gonna get a whooping. So I always used to say I wanted to run away, but I knew I better not do it. I
I
just did it in my mind. I just did it in my mind, but I never had the courage to do it because I already know.
No, I did it. I didn't take nothing with me. I ran away because I was mad at my mom. Girl, my mom drove right past me and went to Stater Brothers. It was hot as hell outside. I said, well, maybe she'll see me on the way back. She's probably saw me on the way back. Who knows? My mama crazy as hell. Passed right by me and went to the house. I snuck. She left the door unlocked. I went straight in and mm, under our old house is set up just like mine, but the downstairs closet was under the stairs. It was the reverse. And I went in there and sat in there and ate a big stick. And when the big stick was over, child, I don't like being hot. I came out. And she acted like I never even ran away. She never acknowledged me. I never did it again. See, I wonder why I don't acknowledge certain shit. Because I don't give a damn. I don't acknowledge it because if you don't acknowledge it, they won't do it again. They won't get the reaction that they want. I'm not finna play with you. And knocking on my door like that, are you beating on my door? So do that mean you throw tantrums when you in the house and she don't give you what you want? What
Right.
led to you thinking you could run away at that age? What did you say to your mother because she helped you pack your stuff? Nobody cares about none of that stuff. That's the kind of comments you have. Keep your kids away from us because you probably one of those people like that little girl that they was trying to get to leave Disneyland. That's what I was trying to play. Did I send you that one?
I don't think so. No.
So it was a little girl trying to leave. Well, the grandmother, it looked like, was trying to get her to leave Disneyland, like park clothes over everything like that. She landed on the floor screaming at the top of her lungs. It looked like probably a sister tried to help and get her up, and she wouldn't get up, snatched her by her hair, did all of this stuff. That's what y'all get when y'all soft parent. Your kids act a fool in public and they embarrass you and they make life miserable for the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
Like the little mess that was in the Walmart, tearing that store up. And whoever, whatever adult was there, never identified. Of course, they don't identify their people. Didn't identify if it was the mom or not, but they was like, leave her alone. You never know what she's going
Yeah,
through.
don't touch her. And girl, I would have snatched that little girl up so fast. Please.
They
Please.
should. What was loss prevention? Because if somebody steals something, they're getting arrested. There's a story about that we're going to cover on Thursday. Somebody checked their stuff out, got accused of not doing it, later found out that they really did, and they bought over $300 worth of stuff, and like 3 or 4 things they said was not scanned or whatever, and they just got almost $2 million from Walmart because Walmart accused him of doing that. So where was you when this little girl? She was in the meat. She was in the good area with
Yeah.
the good stuff, and she was tearing that store up. So where's her felony? Put her in kitty jail.
I would have made her mama pay for all that stuff. You would think twice before you let her do that shit. I would have made her mama pay for all that stuff.
Don't they have to? Don't you have to pay for what you destroy?
I don't know.
No, I don't know either. Um, they're on the porch. She is watching over them on the ringer. No, one of the people was like, "What is up? You're not going to be happy until somebody kidnap your kids." First of all, ain't nobody walking up kidnapping no kids, screaming like that.
Yeah, they own the porch, so the mom would see everybody walking up.
Right.
Mind your business.
Right. And they would have to get all the way up to the porch.
Right.
I'm pretty sure she's on the other side of the door. Let's keep it a buck. She's right there. Most parents will be right there. So it's interesting how far people reach, but they don't reach as far as they should when they should. Very interesting to me, but whatever. So I'm not even going to try from the computer anymore because it is getting on my nerves. So let's listen to and fuck around and find out culture. So this woman reaches out and says, girl, your man here with me. And she said, oh, my husband. She said, mm-hmm. And then the wife says, okay. And the side girl talks to her like she crazy. Then something else happens. So we will see. I'll let you hear. And then we will hear what the wife did. Look around and find out. 2025 is going to be very different. We need to talk to Cat Williams and see what's going to happen.
Yeah, do an ending of the year review.
Right.
What's happened in 2025.
We need it. Okay, here we go.
phone. I'm definitely about to call his wife because he swears they're not together no more, but I'm not fucking stupid. I'm not stupid. And he said he told her about me already, but I think he lying, so I'm about to call her and see what she say.
Hello?
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 Is this Sharon?
Yeah, who is this? And why are you calling me from this phone?
My name is Jasmine, and so I don't know. Your husband told me that he told you about us already, and that you guys are separated.
Wait. That we separated. How long you know him?
It's been like, I want to say like 6 months now.
So you calling me to tell me you was sleeping with my husband?
Well, he didn't tell me that he had a wife for real. He said y'all were basically getting divorced, you know, and you weren't together anymore. But I don't know, men be lying. So I just, like I said, he's asleep right now. So I was like, let me just go into that.
So he at your house right now?
Yes, he's here a lot.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. So, all right. Well, where you live at? Because now, so like, I need to pull up on him. Because first of all, let me go back. So why are you calling me? What are we supposed to be doing right now? Because I'm hot.
First of all, you need to relax because I called you because he's over here telling me that y'all aren't together. And it's crazy to me that you're over here trying to snap on me. Your husband's not even home. So you want to...
And that's why I'm snapping, because I'm ready to get over there and snap on him.
Okay. Because I was about to say...
Because I'm not understanding, like, what you said. Y'all known each other how long?
Like 6 months now.
So you've been sleeping with him for 6 months?
Okay, first of all, no. I said I knew him for 6 months. We probably been sleeping together for like 5. But...
So you've been sleeping with him for about 6 months?
I said what I said. And I don't like your tone because I'm trying to help you. And you're over here getting snapped.
Are you helping me?
He told me y'all weren't together. Are you together or not? Because why is he
We're
over?
absolutely together.
So why he over? So then why is he here?
Paperwork behind that.
Okay, paperwork. Why is he here?
And that's what we're gonna find out. But it's okay because I'm gonna get new paperwork and then he can stay there.
I don't want him either if he's cheating on you.
He can absolutely stay there.
No,
because
he
what
can't.
he's not gonna do is play in my face while he over there laid up with you.
I guess. Well, I'm gonna send you the location right now. You can come talk to him yourself.
Absolutely.
All right, bet. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
She pissed me off. Like, that little side piece pissed me all the way off. She pissed me off so bad because I'm like, what are you getting mad at the wife for? Of course she's going to be upset, but the wife was not being disrespectful to that girl at all. She's asking regular questions, but when she would have started getting crazy with me, I would have went off on her and still send your location. Like, it was no reason for her to be like that to the wife. You was calling just so you could stir up some mess. Because if you was really trying to just come at her woman to woman, you would know any woman is going to be upset about that. And she was telling you, she ain't trying to, it ain't with you, it's him. She mad. That girl made me, but you got the next part? I don't know.
So the comment from the last one is, what was my saying? Oh wait, what was my saying before we went into a store? I don't care about no cameras. You embarrass me and I'll embarrass you.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, ma'am, okay, don't be telling our family business. That's first of all. But yes, younger, you did. But to be honest, I'm keeping it a buck. You didn't say that as much when it was just me and Ty. You started saying that more when we got a little brother. So don't do me and Taisha, because we didn't even act like that. Okay, don't do us. But yes, that was your saying, girlfriend, and I'm very angry that you still remember it.
I think all parents, Black parents, said that.
Just it's straight in that order too. And then Mom agreed with you and said right. This is what I want to say. You called. Okay, so what did you expect to happen?
Yeah, what did you expect?
You called the wife from the husband's phone.
Well, first of all, so she gonna be caught off guard. Like, who is this calling from my husband's phone?
And to me, I never picked up an attitude in
Me
the wife's
neither.
voice. Even when Clock This Tea, I don't know if anybody else identified that the wife was even like, okay, so what we gonna do? What we gonna do? She telling her right then, so what's up? How we gonna bust him out? We gonna, like, you want a dinner with him? You sitting me? Because apparently you're calling me for a reason. She gave her a very grown woman answer. And I don't think that she was prepared for that. I think she was prepared because she's hurt. Let's keep it a buck. You're hurt because you, like she said, and the first thing a wife is going to say is, I got paperwork, because we do. You don't have anything. So at the end of the day, you're the one that could be left no matter what.
Right.
And they can still always go back home. But the wife didn't even come at her like that, because if you telling me you don't know from the beginning, what am I mad at you for? You didn't do anything to me. But how you talk to me the rest of this conversation, and I'm really glad that we have social media now, because up until more of these type of conversations has come out, even you used to say, why you mad at the other girl? Why you not mad at the husband? Bitch, you picked your own fate. Who said I wasn't? Those is two separate things. Every time you found out somebody was cheating on you, did it come from the nigga, or did the bitch make sure she let you know?
It always, 99% of the time, it comes from the female.
So when you decided to execute that plan, depending on how you came at the girl, I don't give a fuck who you are. And you need to have a little buffer in there to account for the girl can be upset. That don't,
Yeah.
even if she started crying and being like, what the fuck do you mean? As long as you don't, like, I wouldn't take it personal. If I'm truly calling,
at all.
I would take it like she's upset. She's cussing, but not cussing at me. As long as she don't, like, say bad words towards me, then I wouldn't even be upset. What is she supposed to do? Be like, oh my gosh, thank you for telling me. Like, you got to account for some of that when you call.
And
you
she
know
did good for not even going back. Like when she was like, oh, because I was about to say, I'd have been like, bitch, girl.
That'd have been when I hit this level. And then when she said,
why is he here with me then? Why is he here with me?
Child, because who
that's
you
what we
talking
want
to?
like that's what I'm trying to find out, little girl. Why
Because
is
who you talking to? And you gonna drop your location? Bitch, I can show you better than I could tell you.
Yeah,
My
like
pull-up
that.
game is
Go ahead,
insane.
drop that
Go
location.
ahead. I triple dog dare you to. So for those people that be sitting up there talking about be more mad at the man, you be mad at the man for what he did, but then you be mad at her for what she did.
For being
You
messy.
initiated that.
I could
You
see if that girl came at her a whole different way, would have been all
point blank period.
But she wanted to argue.
And if you truly didn't know about the wife, again, how are you angry at the wife?
Right.
My inclination is that you did know about the wife. And what you were hoping is that you would call and she would say, oh, we ain't together. You was really hoping that because you did want that man. Otherwise, after 6 months, he wouldn't be literally sleeping in your bed. You do what you do, but it was enough for you to call. If at 6 months you already care. If you didn't care, you wouldn't have called.
Yeah.
Let's keep it a buck. And that's okay. Why are you mad at the wife? Be mad at him. You still whispering. You ain't being loud enough where he could hear you or nothing, but you some big ass thug. If you a big ass thug, you should have turned around to him on your own, put it on speakerphone. You got him right there with you. Why you ain't doing nothing? I don't understand. What are you mad at the girl for? You're a homewrecker. I don't understand. What you think she was gonna do? Well, y'all want to see what she did? Here we go.
Yo, this lady really pulled up to my house. Like, is that her? That has to be her. Let me go wake him up. Yo, your wife here, bro. Your wife is here, bro. Your wife is here. Like, your wife is here. Yo, she really... What is she doing? Excuse me. I definitely told you could have him, so I don't know why you're here bringing his stuff. Listen, Can you please? Jamal. I'm going to get him. Can you please just stay right here, please? Don't do that. Don't do too much. Listen, I don't know what this is like. I don't know what you're trying to do here, but I told you
what
that.
I'm trying to do
but I told
I'm bringing him his stuff.
I told you.
Because he been with you, right? We've been married for years. Did he tell you how long we've been together?
No.
We've been together for 10 years.
That's not...
And this ain't my fault.
Yo, stop playing with me. Well, there you go. Like I said, you can have him and take his stuff. I'm good.
Girl, you was
That's
loading out
exactly why I don't trust people. So let me Just so we know, PSA, I don't even care if you married. Always get your blood work done every year, okay? Don't play. It ain't no damn game. Don't ever trust nobody with your life like that. I don't care who they are. I'm sorry. I just don't. Get your
That's
blood
for
done.
real. And
No,
then I
for
bet you
real.
he's still gonna be at that girl house.
Oh, absolutely. Because now in her mind, because we see what type of little girl she is, she's not a grown
She
ass woman.
wanted them, and then she wants them to break up.
She wants them to break up, or she's not okay with the peaceful relationship. Because what I've come to realize is that there are some people that are not okay with peaceful relationships. I
They
have
need drama and
they
toxic.
they do drama. I have in my younger days messed with somebody that was a staple for me. So when he messed with somebody else, he did, and if we didn't want to stop messing around, we didn't. And the same for me. And the person he was with would never know, and the person I was with would never know because that was between us. But there was no drama. We appeared as friends, and that's what we were. Because if that's not what you want, and you don't want the drama, and you don't want that relationship, then why are you trying to stop them having another relationship? Why are you doing anything that intervenes? Why are you overly calling? If he would get in a relationship, because I didn't want to be in one, and vice versa, when he got in a relationship, um, I didn't call him the same. I didn't reach out the same. He became my friend at that point because that to me is what's respectful. I don't understand why you would want to see another woman hurt like that. I don't get it. Why you want to participate? I don't get it. If you truly want that person, then your focus should be on that person. Why are you trying to cause drama with somebody else? You should just be focused on either way. I just don't think it should include the other person. What are you doing? I don't understand it. Anything to do with marriage and somebody living with somebody or somebody having started a family like they just had a newborn. I don't agree with intervening in that stuff either. I just don't. I don't care. Well, they wasn't even together when they had a baby, but I bet you he gonna clock her pussy like they was together. He's still gonna now he's gonna something in his brain. That's the way their brain is wired, that belongs to them. So now they feel like they have the right to because it's their child's mother. We don't need no more lessons, y'all. How many story times we need? I'm just saying. If you find one that's okay for 5 seconds, it's a needle in a haystack. If you
Right.
or they really busy all the time or something like that. But are there some good ones? There are. But should you put your life in anybody's hands at this point? No. No. I've said it a million times. The first question I was asked when I went to the doctor after getting married is, "Oh, you're married now. You don't need to do your pap smear." And I said, "Who don't need to do what?" Well, you're married
That's
now. I
stupid
was
for
like,
them to even say that when they always asking you, "Are you scared? Did your person do X, Y, and Z and all that?" Like,
mm-mm. Maybe
and y'all
because I
people
talked.
cheating and down low and all that. Like, why would you even ask somebody that?
Mm-mm. I swear. I swear. And you know it's true because even on the Queen Titi channel that I had before this one, I brought it up there because I was really surprised and I wanted people to know. I trust my husband 100%, especially at that point. I trusted him 100%, but that wasn't the point for me. It wasn't because some things are residual. So they could be from before, you got with the person or whatever. It's other ways of getting stuff. I just don't think that was a safe recommendation. So I didn't take it. And every 2 years, I still do, I think it's every 2 years now that we do a pap smear. And then every year, I do my blood work twice. Once for my health, STDs, and the whole thing, and then again for my health.
Mhm.
I just think it's important. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I
Especially
never
over
had a yeast
some
infection.
pleasure that's only happening for a couple of minutes. Like, no, and you're
I
gonna be
don't care if
in
it blows my
pain.
brains out. I don't. Mm-mm. It's to me, it's not worth it. It's really not, and it's not responsible either. I just think just stay in a normal practice of doing things. You should always be up to date with your body because doing those type of things will also keep you in the practice of, oh, while I'm here, let me get my blood work done, right? Just to
Mhm.
check different things in your body that could come up. I think it's really important. So I just don't play with it, and I don't think that you should either. And if I was that wife, if I bet you she was talking from the door. What you
Yeah,
think the
she
man said?
was because she was in shock when she seen was like that gotta be her. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she came. What did you think? You
You
thought
dropped
somebody
your
was supposed
pin.
to be scared and wasn't gonna come? No, I did exactly what I said I was gonna do, ma'am. And here I am. So open the door and let me talk to him.
Why you run? Now here's my question, Scary. Why you run to go get the husband? Why you didn't go out there and talk to her? You initiated all of this. You mean to tell me y'all wasn't waiting on the front porch? He ain't ready when she pulled up. Why he wasn't out there standing right next to you? That's another thing, you bitches. When the shit hit the fan, where the nigga be at? He don't. Okay, y'all dumb. Y'all dumb. And let me tell you why you dumb. Because at the height of everything, if anybody's going to walk away with something, it's going to be the wife.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're starting any of that, half of Social Security, your pension, it could get the house in certain states, anything to do with, oh my gosh, anything to do with infidelity, they lose so much. So why not make that man leave that woman alone? And I don't mean separated, I mean divorced. Then be with that man. And I mean, I wouldn't even be a friend, because the reality is most of us know at this age, being a friend to a man in that type of position is not a good thing. Unless that's your best friend before, like me and Ronnie, we are best friends. Literally, that's it. But being a friend, like, oh, well, when it's over, we can date. You're still a distraction because you're new. You're giving them something to look forward to. And now you change. They like to chase. So now for them, it's chasing you and trying to get you to get what they want you to do. So they're no longer paying attention to their marriage in the way that they should. And let's say you fuck around and it's been like 9 months and you go ahead and give in and he don't like it and he just turned around and go back to his wife. Why would you even want to do that to yourself? And then you're the one that ends up with nothing. I just don't think that that's wise. I wish we taught our girls to be more than wives and moms. Like when you have a kid, don't buy her a doll first. Buy her a book or put them in sports. Do all of those things for your girls too. If you're going to have the girls clean up, have the boys clean up too. Let them have even playing field. If she want to play football, let her play football. But allow your daughter to develop. Times have changed a whole lot. Marriage used to be there because marriage had to be there. A woman couldn't do certain things, but now we could do whatever we want. So allow your woman your daughter to develop into a woman and choose what she wants, and teach your son how to be a good man and protect his assets as well. Y'all out here having all these damn kids that you can't afford. And what I mean by afford is your whole you. You can't afford your whole you. You can't be, what did that lady say? You creating houses, but not homes. It's impossible to be in all of them. Even in polygamy. If y'all watched Sister Wives, they even have problems because they had them on each a day. Like, and you couldn't be at everything. So think about that. Hell, even if you married and don't be having all these fucking kids, you can't take care of all them kids like that. Somebody gonna miss out. So y'all want to see? Let me show y'all the mama. Let me show y'all what the mama did. Do y'all know what codependency is? Codependency is very unhealthy. Let me show you what it looks like. And it's very unfortunate. A lot of us have it to some degree. So let me show you what the worst of it looks like when you become an adult and what a codependent mother looks like. Let's see.
Okay.
Oh my God, how great! No, I'm gonna stop. You good? He just completely stole our moment.
No, come on then.
This was right. This is our baby,
Like,
and the gender. No, it's not like I'm worried. I just want to address it because I don't think this was right.
I'm excited that you're having a baby.
You didn't allow him to hug me. I'm his wife. You didn't allow him to hug me.
Yeah.
Are you sure if you gave like what's the problem?
Yes, but then we just found out we're gonna have a little baby girl.
It's fine. It's fine.
And I'm going to tell you that it's my first granddaughter.
You threw yourself at it.
No,
Are you crazy?
Come on, everyone's happy. Come on, let's.
No, I didn't. No. Go on.
I don't think this is right because you just literally threw yourself at Dane, ended up on the sofa. He couldn't even like hug me.
Right, listen, are you a little bit hormonal?
Oh,
We're both
there you
Why is everyone starting at me and attacking me? Come on, love. Honestly, we're having a nice Yeah, we'll tidy all this up.
You know, like you said, we have a nice day. Have a nice day. And I'm doing this. I'm doing it.
So first of all, we know that was real because he said stop filming like that, and his face, he was actually trying to get to the wife, but
He
the
was trying
mother,
to get to the wife.
he was trying to get to the wife. The way that that mother rushed in, she said, "We're having this and we're having that, ma'am." And then you don't see anything wrong with it. And instead of apologizing, you say, "Why is everybody attacking me?"
And you're
Everybody's
just
trying
being
to tip.
hormonal.
Right. How you just that was very, very wrong. It's manipulative and it's gaslighting. And it's what women do to other women. You're gaslighting her. It has nothing to do with her hormones. She is perfectly calm and she is respectfully telling you how she feels. And you don't see nothing wrong with it, even though other people, you don't see nothing wrong with that. I don't understand how. You literally flew in there like you was about to tackle and play football.
For real. That's what she did, him.
And then while he's reaching to get to his wife, you still pulling him away. And then you're still making it about you by continuing this conversation instead of saying, "Oh my gosh, I got so excited," and pushing them together. And you're looking at him for confirmation, like you want him to say something. But a grown ass woman is talking to you. Why don't you just respond to her? Why are you look to the point where other people have to get in? Very interesting. It's going to be some very interesting divorces. So let's see. I really need this one to come up because I can't see that one that well. And it really sucks and it's irritating. Hold on. Sweet baby Jesus. Well, these are the things that are codependent versus being interdependent, which is much more healthy. So a lot of the things that people do when they are codependent, it's because you were probably raised in a single parent home and it was just you and your parent. And to some degree, you were the person that was strong there for your parent. When some of those situations should not have included you. But we come from an era where we did the best to survive as a family. And that can happen sometimes. But those things need to be fixed. One of my codependencies was that, and I've shared it before, was that even something like having to watch your sibling when you get out of school, that creates a codependency because you now feel like you are part of that household running. And because you feel like you're a part of that household running, if you're the elder sibling, you don't move so freely as you probably would if you didn't feel like you had to stay and make things happen. For me, it wasn't money. For me, it was this is all we have. So telling your kids things like that, and my mom didn't. It's very interesting. My codependencies came from I think seeing other people struggle and that they didn't have their people in their household doing things. So I never wanted to be like that. I think that's where most of mine came from. And like I said, having to watch my sister, even though I didn't want to. That's just the reality. I didn't want to do it. But those things can translate into codependency. So when it came time to go to college, when I should have gone away to college, and that would have made my life, I think, 900% better. I would have launched better. Instead, I launched into a parent mindset versus a go live and have fun and do stupid shit and make some mistakes. I really didn't do too much of that because before I could even get a jump start, and when I got into a job where I was comfortable and had things, my sister had a baby. So when she had a baby, again, that interdependency, I felt like, or codependency, I felt like I need to move back home because I need to help her because she's younger than me. She's going to need my help. I can do it better. I can do it more. I can contribute and be a part of the home. And I stayed in that mindset too long. I did. There are things that I wish that I would have done for myself and I didn't, because a part of your life is being controlled by somebody else. And do I think that my sister heavily relied on that? Yes, she did. She's a spoiled fucking brat. She did. But that was for me to be able to break that in a healthy way. I actually just remembered something. When we moved me out there, my sister was pregnant and she was about to graduate. So I missed her graduation, but I was coming back for the birth. And I missed it because I got a job. So I moved out on a Saturday and I literally started work on that Monday. And I remember my mom saying, "Look at your sister crying. You're not even going to hug her and tell her you miss her." Well, unfortunately, I had already told her. And in that moment, I didn't want to hug anybody and tell them I was going to miss them because I'm the one that's staying here by myself, number one. And that's not something I wanted to do. So no, I actually didn't. Because and if you know me today, you know that that makes a lot of sense. I handle things, and when I need to focus and let something go, I have to get very matter of fact. That's how most Aquarius are. We'll handle it, but when it comes down to that last moment, because that last moment is a final, I don't want the last moment to be that. We already did that. So the last moment, I want people to be smiling when they walk away, a solution, you feel better. That's how Aquarius operate, like a machine. So as a result, every month almost I came back home. Y'all know what kind of drive that is? Those are codependencies. So it doesn't have to look like this. It can also look like that. And so what I want is for single parents and to watch the things that we say. You don't never go nowhere without your sibling. You always pay attention to your sibling. No, you pay attention to your sibling. When you take them to the park, you pay attention. Do you tell them to look out for each other? Yes, you do. But if I'm 5 or if I'm 10 and they're 5, I'm still 10. I'm over here swinging and playing with 10-year-olds. They're 5 over here. You watch them. You stop talking to your friends and you watch them. And better yet, you watch both of us. Because don't send me out there to play to watch them. Because now you're putting a responsibility on your children and they're not staying children very long. Their brain changes because that response, I don't want to get in trouble for this person. Do not make your children get in trouble for what another child does. Whoop that child's ass and be mad at yourself for not watching them. Now, that doesn't go for little things like, let me go to the bathroom real quick, or I'm in the kitchen cooking, y'all in here watching TV. Hey, while you sitting right here, keep an eye on them. That's normal. But if you pull them out of their room to come sit on the couch and watch them, or they're doing something and you change something for the younger one, you have to be really careful with the amount of responsibility that you put on one child for another, because it's not fair, because they did not have that child. And you say it all the time when you saying it to your counterpart. Well, they didn't ask to be here, so you need to help me. Well, same way you telling that to the baby daddy when you mad, how do you think that child feels? They didn't ask for them at all. And whether siblings or not, if they never speak again, the real reality is they don't have to. So you don't want to create boundaries as well that are barriers. That makes them not like each other. That's why so many older siblings that don't like younger
That's
ones.
why
What do you think, Ro?
That's why me and Shatia didn't get along until we was adults, because of that. And my mom made me watch her, and I got in trouble for her. And I used to always be like, we're 15 months apart. Like, you making it seem like I'm so much bigger sister than her. And we not that much. Like, I always got in trouble for her. So
How did you have to watch her though? Give me a story. That's interesting. 15 months, I forgot.
I mean, not 15, 18, but still.
Still, yeah, still very close. I don't even
equate. Because she was saying I was an older sibling. I would have to take Shatia everywhere with me if I went somewhere. She was like, you got to take your little sister. And I'd be like, why? Why do she have to come with me? Because you're the bigger sister. Okay, I don't want her coming with me. Like, she get on my nerves. I had to take Shatia everywhere with me. And in return, we did not get along. I could not stand Shatia. Like, we used to fist fight. I used to try to stab her with scissors and everything. We did not get along. We did not get along. And then my mom always like, well, I'm hoping I'm still here in this world and y'all be able to get along one day. We didn't get along until we was adults. I could not stand Shatia.
Because she was being forced down your throat.
And then that's why with her daughters, she know how I felt about her. So she makes sure JoJo don't make, like, if JoJo friends invite her to a summer party and they always be like, oh, Jonay can come, whatever. And she'd be like, no, that's okay. Like, you guys are her friends. Like, her little sister is not coming because she know how it feel. I could not
That's
stand she did.
awesome.
I hated that. So I'd be like, when she had them, I was like, well, hopefully you don't do them like how mommy did us. And she was like, no, I don't.
And you know what? I think that's what's important. The most important thing out of all of this, I'll spend the rest of the time talking about this. We could talk about the other thing later because this is important, especially during the holidays, birthdays. I need y'all to really think about this, right? If you have an older sibling, it's very interesting that, let's just say at Christmas, I'll give an example. This is one that didn't bother me, but it's an example. Like my mother really ran us parallel and treated us equal. You cannot treat kids equal all the time, but this is a good example. At Christmas, if I got 10 things, Ty gets 10 things.
Oh,
You
yeah.
get the same amount of things. And I think that that is fair when you get to a certain age. And then what I liked as we got older is my mom kept getting better, because you have to realize with my mom, and you have to realize with your parents, when you grow up and you start looking back on things, you need to go back and have some conversations with your parents if you can, because you may just want to talk to them about some things and let them know how it impacted you. But in that conversation, you should give your parents their flowers. Now that I do agree with. I told my mom, I think that she did an amazing job
Oh, yeah.
considering she had no mom since 10. It was nobody there to teach her these things. And the amount of love that my mom has and as many kids as she raised the city of Pomona, hands down, my mother is amazing. I wish she would have did more for herself. But my mom allowed me to talk, but not like today. Not like today. If it's something that bothered me, I could tell her because she always didn't want nobody to do nothing to us. So she kept that line of communication open and would correct how I said things. So I would know better. But as the years progressed, like if I asked for something that was super expensive and Taisha asked for something that wasn't, she would let us know, okay, Asia, yours cost this. So you're going to see Taisha get more. And I'd be like, okay. Again, if you teach your kids these things are normal, then they won't think that the world owes them something that's not fucking normal because you're creating a false reality. What's wrong with that? If she asked for 10 coloring books and I asked for a radio, why do it need to be equal in numbers? No, that's when it becomes fair, right? You have to teach your kids these things and you have to listen to them and how they behave. And as I got older, even when mom worked at the shop on Saturdays, some Saturdays, if I wanted to do stuff, she would take Taisha with her to the shop because Saturdays, y'all, when we was younger, it was half day. So it was during the day. So she would take Taisha with her and not leave her with me. When I wanted to do cheerleading, I got to do cheerleading and my mom would come from Diamond Bar all the way to Pomona, pick up Taisha and go back. And I got to do cheerleading. But it was a give and take then because that is what the real world is like. And that made me feel more free to do what I wanted to. So me not going to college was me we're 4 years apart. So she's always right behind me. So everything I kind of felt obligated, like what I wish my uncles would have did for me a little bit. They was right before me. So if they would have just reached back and helped me, I could have moved faster because you just did it. So now tell me what you learned. I was really inquisitive, but I wasn't a boy. So they weren't like that with me. Don't worry. They apologize now and write nice checks. However, you need to go back and talk about these things. It helps. And you need to look at it with your grown-up mind. And you need to make sure that you and your siblings talk as much as you can, because then it allows, like Tia knows how Ro feels now. She would have never known how she felt because everything benefited her. Because guess what? When she got old enough to go with her friends by herself, I bet you mommy didn't say, they never told, you better take Ro with you better take Asia with you. No, it's like now we was out of prison, but they got to live their whole life doing what they wanted to. That causes resentment.
The only time I would say my mama stood 10 toes down was when we had got invited to dance in the 1996 Olympics. Mm-hmm. And so they paid for all of us to go. We had fundraisers and stuff, but the parents, if they wanted to go, they had to pay their own way and all, hotels and all that stuff. And so Shatia thought she was going too, because again, she came to everything with me. So when I went to practice and everything, she had to come with me. So in the coach, even our coach Denise, she knew that. So Shatia thought she was going to Atlanta, and my mom was like, "No, you ain't going because you always be in bed." I could not believe it. I was like, "What?" Like I couldn't believe it. I was like, "What? She ain't
I
going?"
bet you that was the best trip of your life. You were so happy.
Shatia was hot because she just knew she was going to, because she went everywhere. My mom was like, "I'm not about to reward you and you doing all of this." I couldn't believe it. That was the first time I seen my mom like, "Oh no, this time you not." Because any other time it didn't matter. She was going with me. It didn't matter.
And do
So we
y'all
told
know
my
what
mom
that does to the younger kid? Do y'all know how they torment us? They
she
manipulate
was
the shit
irritating
out
as
of
hell.
y'all.
I could not stand her being around me. I was like, this shit is irritating. And
Right.
and then I would get it. If she did something bad, I would get in trouble. And I would be like, why am I getting in trouble for her and she did it? Well, you the older sister, but I didn't do it. And you
Right.
making her come with me. So why am I getting in trouble? I would get on punishments and everything because of her. And I'm like, I just don't understand.
Oh, I have child.
Because I'm the oldest. That's why I'm telling you, I could not stand Shatia. Like, I literally hated her. I was like, I just don't
I
understand why.
didn't never feel that way about Taisha, because
I
I
did.
would say Taisha's 4 years younger, but Taisha's always been a really good kid. And
No.
same way no, she had, like, she just laughed a lot, watched cartoons. She wasn't all fast. She wasn't in nobody's face. She wasn't none of that. So the mere problem was that the same way that I am now, I was back then. Again, very mature for my age, and you put a responsibility on me. So when I'm trying to play double dutch, go skating, talk to a boy, anything like that, I'm more focused on her because I'm responsible for her. So I want her right here, so it's not allowing me to be a kid all the way. But as far as Taisha being bad, it's only 3 things that she's ever done. But notice almost every story I tell, even when we went other places, I was her protector. No, if we're sleeping somewhere, if it's a twin bed, me and her is in that twin bed. If we land on a pallet, no, me and her she's laying next to me between this wall. I was extremely protective over Taisha.
I would not have cared less where she slept. She could have slept on a porch.
Well, y'all are a lot closer. We're 4 years apart. And again, remember, it's only us. You have older siblings. You have a lot of cousins.
I have siblings, but just think they so many years apart from us. Sophia's 15 years and Ernie is 10. And then
know what I mean? If they come by, bring their kids, stuff like that.
When we got older, like when we was teenagers, then my nieces would to bring my nieces over. But my brother just think he was in jail, so he wasn't bringing nobody over. So it was different. But
so it was mostly like in my house. Just think about what I'm saying. My Uncle Donald and Ronald was at college. My Aunt Pat was married and doing other things. It was literally me, my mom, and my sister. It was just us.
It was more than us because my cousins.
That's what I'm saying.
My cousins we all lived together for a while. My mom, twin, and all of us. So it was more of us, but it still was when I went somewhere, Shatia had to be with me.
Right. But even that environment feels different. Like Uncle Donald and Ronald and Pat don't have kids. My Uncle Dale don't have kids. Uncle Ronald had a son first a year before Taisha had a baby. So I was already 20 something. I didn't grow up with first cousins because they didn't have they're only 10 years old. Right. So imagine, that's why I'm saying for me and my age and the different places I was in, I was really by myself because I was in a different age category. My uncles, I'm looking at them, watching them do exactly what I want to do, but I'm not a boy. They fucked with the boys. They fucked with Rashad, which is why I hated his fucking guts. I was a girl and it wasn't that many of it. It was just me like that. So yeah, it's very different. I didn't have a grandma. I don't have nothing. Everybody else's household included a family with a lot of people. Mine didn't. So for me, you right, Mom, we ride for each other. I did all kind of stuff I shouldn't have did as a kid, like all kind of shit, and not at the hands of my mom. But I can't remember a time that I felt like a kid. I can't. So that was very different. But Taisha, It wasn't, it was the responsibility of it. Like, I'm gonna have fucking anxiety attack. And the only times I got in trouble for her is, I never forget, we was in Target. Taisha slapped me. My mom heard it because it was so loud, turned around and said, "What was that?" And Taisha said that I slapped her, so I got in trouble. My mom was washing Taisha's hair. Taisha has grease and water hair where you comb it and it stretches out. And I guess it didn't stretch far enough for my mama. And she said, "What happened?" Taisha said, "Asia cut my hair." Now she could lie on the drop of a dime. Nobody even cut her damn hair. I got a whooping for that, with her lying. And I think it was one other thing, but those are the two I remember the most. And I made my mom apologize to me as an adult. It was part of my therapy. I did. But no, that's where my codependency comes from. So it's not always intentional and so aggressive like that. Like the mothers that say, "You all I got, you can't leave me like that."
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's just the responsibility that you put on the kid. You could say, "Y'all are partners. Y'all make sure y'all look out for each other." That's different than saying, "You make sure you watch her, because if anything happens, you're going to be in trouble." And you know, the deep, like and out of fear, I think that they just spoke with so much, like they had to command the situation. We grew up in era where crackheads was outside and stuff. If you don't pay attention very well, something could happen to you. You got to pay attention. So it's just a little bit different. But again, I think that people need to talk to their parents. I think that as adults, all those people that say you don't have kids, you wouldn't know. As long as you've been a kid, you should know. You just heard Rose say the same thing I said, and we didn't talk before. Me and Taisha talked about different things. So when it came to Skylar and Kiera, they're completely different. And as a result, they're very, very close on their own. Her nieces, you wouldn't even know, like they're really, 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 really close, because it will grow on its own or it won't. But if it don't push it. You pushing it, make it worse on the kids. It feels like prison. It don't feel good at all. You don't have to make me. I don't understand what that means. You didn't have to make me Lucy. Oh no. Oh no. I just want to sound like a boss. Like I made my mom apologize. No, I didn't. She called me so she's, one with the Lord. So she don't cuss no more and stuff like that. So she'll call you names like Lucy and a couple other names that are extremely embarrassing. So I will not say them because I don't understand. But y'all, if you don't treat your kids better, and if you don't start from the time they are born, literally, their brain is being molded, you're going to end up like kids like that one on the porch, or like the one that I posted. I did post it. I posted it with I did. I posted it on Instagram with telling about the show that's going to happen. We're seeing more and more and more and more and more of those kids. Those kids become adults. Those are the people bombing buildings because they don't like stuff, acting a fool. What is that? When you're driving and the person gets road rage, you can't have a healthy relationship. They're not maturing and growing at all. And it's really making our future generations suffer. So it's a huge gap. It seems like you're either on the side where you got sense with manners and all of that, and then it's the way other side, the soft parenting, which I think is just you're being a lazy motherfucker. You don't feel like parenting, because if they own punishment, you want punishment. If they can't have something, you can't have something. Do you punish that way? Like if you tell Amir, okay, no more snacks for the rest of the day, do that mean you don't eat a snack, or do that mean he don't eat a snack?
He don't eat a snack. They don't got nothing to do with me.
We grew up in the fuck around and find out era. And we didn't have no cameras, no nothing. And our parents would come home and just know, because they knew us so well. They had to really study us to know, did you do your homework when you came in like this? Why is this sink still wet? That means you just washed the dishes. Why is this towel still wet? You just took your bath. Y'all don't even pay attention to y'all kids enough to know that. And I think that's a shame. That's true parenting. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all better get into it. Take some of the things that we grew up like having done to us and just make them better. Adjust them as you need to for your child. But to sit here and let these kids just, well, I'm gonna let my kids say whatever they want to. And what did that lady say? A child hater? I'll
Yeah.
be that. I'll be that. I will. Because mm, mm, I couldn't. That banging on the door and that screaming. Do y'all understand what my mama would have did to me? I think I stopped crying at a year. Oh, my mama crazy. I was walking and bro, do you think I was walking, talking, and potty trained by what was it, 10 months? You think I was trying to get away from my mom?
If
You think I was trying to run away?
We wasn't advanced as these new little kids are. They
No,
do way more stuff than we did when we was babies.
I don't think so. I think that they are misguided way more because you put a phone in their hand and allow them access to all the wrong things.
But I still think they was more alert in everything. Just think when you give birth to them, they already got their eyes open up, looking around. We was asleep.
Well, what I could say is I fully don't agree with that. I think Amir was like that. Amir came out smart. Amir came out smart. No, Amir is different.
I see all
Amir,
the other kids like that. No, Amir is smart, but I see a lot of other kids that come out now and they be up looking around.
yeah, but let's talk about like Amir's age right now. The ones that are his age right now are like the ones ringing that doorbell, or like the ones that can't even sit properly at a dinner table when we go to a restaurant, or they can't sit in church. They know everything on TikTok, but can't tell you any of their may I's, please, thank you. They don't talk politely. They scream and throw tantrums. Amir is nothing like that. He is the definition of advanced. He is more because he has both. Like he can work the electronics, but he also can read. He also knows, y'all, he knows 90s songs, but that's by the way. He can tell you all of these useless facts. He can tell you all of these smart facts. He knows where to plug things in. He speaks in complete sentences. He doesn't have baby talk. He doesn't say him going downstairs. He don't say none of that type of shit. He says real sentences. That is because she parented. She talked to him like a baby, but she still talked to him in sentences. They're learning more from social media. So are they picking up on that? Yes, because that's what's catchy. But if those same parents would play ABCs, adding and all of that, and the songs like we used to listen to, we was way more advanced. Put a song to it.
Okay,
They'll learn it the
that's
same
true
way.
because he way far more advanced.
Way far advanced. He's already reading. So no. And yes, he did come out ignoring you and only listening to me. But that's by the way. Y'all, she called the nurse. She called the doctor talking about, I walked in, I was coming to babysit in the hospital. And I walked in and she was like, I don't think he can hear me. And I was like, what? She was like, I need his ears checked. And I'm panicking. I'm like, what? And she said, watch, Amir. And like, this is like him laying in the thing, right? He just looking up. So I go stand by her and I was like, Mirror Bear. And he turned and looked. I said, do it again. She called him again. Eyes all in the back of his head. Like, didn't even move. You couldn't even tell. I call his name and he turned around and looked again. Said nothing wrong with his damn ears. He just not listening to you. He came out smart. But girl, mirror something else. Asia, you were born with the O, so not many babies walk at 6 months potty trained before you want and talk at 11 months fluently. No, it's not. Mir was smart like that though. He really was. Like, you could do commands and he would do stuff. So, and I mean, I'm saying commands because it was during months of birth. He was lifting his head up to look for you, and he was eating a banana already. And then when he won, he just took it out of my hand and grabbed it. He is what is that, skills? Y'all know the ones that they check to make sure
Girl, I
your
can't even.
kids react. I can't think of the word.
Now.
Right. They have to be taught. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Ro is a good mother, a very good mother. That's what I'm saying. If you parent your kids, they will learn. She still listens to her 90s music, but she also gives up some of her time like we used to do. I didn't play bad stuff in the car. I played the Barneys and the Sesame Street and all of those things because that's music. That's how we learn. So that's how they gonna learn. You can't listen to Kendrick that just dropped. You gotta wait a little bit till they get out the car. Y'all have no chill when it comes to
I'll wait till
your
he get out the car to play all that stuff. But when he's in the car, even though he has his headphones on, that's why I was surprised that he knew the songs that I was listening to, because he would have his headphones off. And when I heard him sing, I'm like, what? But I won't listen to that other stuff until he's out the car.
Right.
I'm like,
y'all, that was like Carl Thomas and stuff. It was so funny. Motor skills. Yes, his motor skills. They were very good. But if y'all want to have kids, just take the time to want to parent them, because then you can see you have more opportunities now. If you know that your child wants to be a scientist at 5, you can start putting them up in stuff at 5, having them on YouTube, embedding that in them, all of that. You could give your kids much better, and it's free. So just pay attention to your kids, because this shit ain't cute. And stop blasting your kids on the internet when they do these terrible things, because we're talking about it. That's it from me, is that number one, have your conversation so you can build up your strength and talk about some better things and how to move forward. And don't ever be embarrassed. I don't think you should. And then pay it forward and do better for your children, not in what you buy them, but what you do for them and how you show up. And make sure you have good people around you too that give water that plant. That's it from me. So what do you have to say, Rose?
Nothing. I took my sleeping medicine.
I'm about to fall out this chair.
Girl, that's why I was like, that's why I started
I saw
drinking
you when you
water.
leaned forward. I was like, okay, let me wrap this up.
And that's why I kept drinking my water, because I'm like, oh my gosh, this stuff is really kicking in. Like, no, I don't have anything to say. Y'all do better.
Back to school nurse, y'all.
Look, y'all do better.
I think you need a new, so you need a new tagline for 2025. We're going to make up a new one, because y'all do better was for this year. But next year.
That was my thing to say. Y'all got to do better.
Y'all got to do better. You just got to do better. And it was true, because we all do. And hopefully y'all did. That's all I got to say. So we'll see you back here on Thursday. You'll find us tomorrow on Rosé's channel, Talk to Rosé. And I do have new content coming out, but I am not going to tell you when, because listen, sometimes I don't feel like it. That's just my reality.
Right.
And y'all watch it after anyway. Shit. So I really don't care. So that is it for tonight. Everybody have an amazing night. Get some rest. Don't stress yourself out for Christmas coming. Don't shop at Walmart. It's a whole list out there of places you should not shop at. Don't shop at them. Order from Shein right now. And don't be stealing people's packages, okay? Don't be raggedy. That's it. Okay, good night. Bye-bye. Oh my Jesus, and right.
Girl, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I